What's up, guys? This is James at Locking the Value, talking to you today about the wonderful world of crypto. As always, the spreadsheet is updated. Theta's had a bit of a mini pullback, but to be fair, it was like parabolic for bloody ages. Guys, look at Grin. Look at Grin. It's up. It's had like a 16% rise today. It's actually up. It's no longer ruining my spreadsheet. I mean, it still is because it hasn't done 100, like at least a 1x, which everything else has. But yeah, so if these were the 26 that I've spoken about one time or another on the channel that I thought would do very well. If you'd invested $100 into each, you would be sitting on a net profit of 30 grand if you were still holding those coins. I don't hold most of these anymore. I hold a few, but I have sold out and put into other cryptos just to build my gains, right? And that's what you got to do in this market. Like every day you're not sort of compounding those gains is a loss of money, and you can't earn those gains back, right? And this is what I try and reiterate and show on Copy My Crypto. So on Copy My Crypto, I share my portfolio, but then I let people know when I'm making a trade. And to the Copy My Crypto subscribers, I want to say thank you for all the emails saying thanks lately. It's been really nice. Obviously, we've had the last two coins. One's done 120% in the last 2 weeks. The video that I did yesterday, that coin's up about 70% from when I did the video. So we're making good picks and we're making bank, guys. So yeah. So well done. And anyone that's not on Copy My Crypto, check it out. The link is in the description. Okay. Right, let's get into this market. Let's get into the market. So Bitcoin is starting its run. The big question today is the altcoin super cycle, how close is that? Are we a week away? Are we 2 weeks away? Are we a month away? But we're starting to see some really bullish moves in a number of different altcoins. Which is wonderful to see. Filecoin randomly has had a huge run in the last week. Actually, it's been massive. But Solana is having a continued run. I spoke about Solana yesterday. Kusama is just on a tear. BitTorrent keeps doing well. BitTorrent keeps doing well at the moment. And Elrond's up about 7%, which is good to see. I always like talking about Elrond. Great project. Bitmax token as well. So we're looking into this coming month of April, and I'm not done a top 5 for April yet, but I will try and get that out before, but at the end of this month. So the question is what's going to be the big trend over April? I don't think NFTs. I'm hearing a lot of people talking about NFTs. I spoke about this recently. NFTs had such a parabolic sort of move lately. All of them to some degree. Axie Infinity, Engine, Theta, Ecomi, like loads of them have had this huge run. And I think there might be a level of pullback on that before they will have another run. And they may have it this coming month. I'm just not sure. And I'm not sure about DeFi either. Because the majority of DeFi projects, the blue chip DeFi projects are built on Ethereum. And if Ethereum's scaling solution isn't resolved, I don't see the DeFi projects having a huge run. So what does that leave? So you can look at the Polkadot ecosystem, and you can look at yield farming, and you can look at the Binance ecosystem. Those three, to me, are the big sort of areas that we should see some growth in today. And I think I've seen Chain up about 20% today. In fact, if we click on the Polkadot ecosystem, we can have a little look. But I think in this coming month, I think DeFi and NFT may still do well. I don't think they're going to necessarily do as well as Polkadot the Polkadot ecosystem stuff, the Binance ecosystem stuff, and potentially some of the yield farming projects. But I'm very hesitant about yield farming, as most people should be, especially if it's especially if it's a brand new project when it's yield farming, because there's risk of rug pulls there. So let's have a look at what's happening today. So projects in the Polkadot ecosystem doing well. Kusama up 20%, Anchor 29%, Ontology 10%, Seller Network 19%. Fala has broke $1. It's $1.03 now, so that's got to be up about 20% when that actually updates. Swear to God. Edgeware doing well. Yeah, looks like the Polkadot ecosystem is really thriving today. So maybe I'm right, and we're going to see a bigger move on Polkadot ecosystem or Binance ecosystem. So again, the other option is Binance. But like I said, unless we get some resolution on the transaction issues and the transaction fees and the gas wars within Ethereum, I struggle to see how DeFi necessarily has an explosion or a phenomenal month. So to me, you're then looking at Polkadot, and that's reflected in what's happening today. Doesn't necessarily mean it will happen across the month. The Binance ecosystem, we'll have a look at in a sec whenever this loads. But yeah, and while we wait for that to load, obviously Coinbase is approaching public listing. That's pretty big news. It looks like it's going to be one of the first ever to land on the NASDAQ immediately, without effectively a middleman to trade with, because usually they land on the NASDAQ and then you've got to use like an investment bank to trade them, and it won't necessarily be the case for this. So it's a big IPO, and you got to bear in mind their transaction revenues are huge. Their transaction revenue is 1.1 billion from only 193 billion in actual trading volume. Their transaction revenue is 0.5% of the overall volume, or nearly 0.6%. It's literally 57 times the revenue of NASDAQ based on trading volume. That's madness. It's part of the reason I'm not a huge Coinbase fan. Like, the fees are silly. But I'm a big fan of Coinbase bringing eyes on crypto. So this is going to be a big thing. Certainly in terms of stocks and shares, this is not a bad one to start looking at as an additional position in your stock portfolio. It's certainly one I'll be looking at over the next week. But in terms of crypto trending at the moment, NFTs are the main thing. Also, the XRP army are trying to get realist XRP trending, and they actually did. But I think a lot of exchanges don't want to touch XRP at the moment for obvious reasons. Okay, let's have a look at Binance Smart Chain, because we've seen Polkadot pretty much everything up to some degree. Pancake Swap's doing very well. Pancake Swap is good, to be fair. I really like how easy it is to use and how minimal the fees are. Ontology, obviously, because Ontology is in both Binance Chain and Polkadot, but that's up. Venus is up 16%. Bakery Token. DeFi Finance is up 8%. DeFi Finance is flying, man. Yeah, okay, so at the moment, smaller percentage gains than what we were seeing on Polkadot, but I honestly, the way it looks like this market is set up at the moment, my perspective, it's just my perspective, guys, unless Ethereum transaction fees are resolved, I still think the DeFi stuff's going to do okay, but I think they'll be outperformed by Polkadot and Binance, and the cryptos and the projects on those ecosystems. NFTs is a tricky one. My honest gut is NFTs have had a huge run, and like cryptos that are based around NFTs have had a huge run, and I think they're going to have a bit of a pullback. Is my gut feeling, okay? And some projects will do well, but I think overall the NFT market this month will get outperformed by, again, that Polkadot, the projects on Polkadot ecosystem and Binance ecosystem, because they are starting to thrive, and Binance in particular. You know, you look at what Binance, like I said, PancakeSwap is one of the best swaps I've seen. The fees are piss all. But you look at Uniswap and you're dropping $50, $60, $80 on a transaction. So yeah, we will see. I mean, to be fair, if we have a look, there's certainly more reds in the NFTs at the moment, but there's still some decent gains here. Still some 15%ers and some 9%ers. But yeah, I think we're set. My personal perspective is we're set for a pullback on NFTs for a month. But what do you think? What do you think, guys? Because you're all investors. Yeah, you're not gamblers. That's not why we're in this market. We're investors. So we make money and then we add to that money. So what do you think is going to trend in April? What do you think is the big sector set for an explosion in April? Write in the comments, please, and let me know. And I'll have a look. But that's all we do here, guys. We look at gains and we compound those gains. And that's what we do on Copy My Crypto. And as you know, and as anyone that's a subscriber knows to Copy My Crypto, we have had a beautiful couple of weeks and we're set for a very, very good month. Anyway, check out Copy My Crypto. Link is in the description and it's on the screen there. And take care of yourself, guys, and stay safe and enjoy your weekend. Bye.